What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and thank you all for subscribing to Not Your Father's Capital. And in this video, we're going to talk about the reaction that I am having to Jerome Powell and the Fed raising the interest rates for the sixth time this year. Okay, the 75 basis point interest rate hike is at the forefront of the news, not just with cryptocurrency, but with the global markets as a whole. So before I get down into it, I needed to take a step back, gather myself a little bit, just as you all should have done, and before I really want to take the time to talk about it this evening. So please hit that subscribe button down below, like this video, and drop your comments down below on this topic and what you guys are thinking in regards to this interest rate hike. But let's get into it. So when it comes to investing and all things related to crypto, especially with the volatility that is surrounding crypto and other assets, when it comes to investing, it's very easy to get caught up in the mass hysteria that we are going to be seeing this evening and into probably tomorrow and the day after into the weekend. All right. So a lot of people that I have talked to are dumping their bags. They are kind of just getting out of volatility, getting liquidated, and they're going to just kind of sit on the sidelines and see what comes about in December with the new data. And it's very important to note how we look at our investment strategies and how we handle our own wallets and what we use crypto for. Okay, everybody has different financial situations. Are you a gambler? Are you a degenerate? You get into the small projects. Are you a holder for the long term and the bigger projects? That all is important when you're considering all of these angles and not just jumping on the bandwagon with the masses when Jerome Powell talks about a basis point hike. Okay, so we need to just explain this in a little bit more simplification, if you will, on what this actually happened today. It was 75 basis points. We've known for a month now that the expectation was 75 basis points. Nothing more, nothing less. It was 75 basis points, okay? And up until the point until the reporters followed up on a couple of their questions, we had a pretty strong, pretty strong meeting. All right, it was pretty positive in terms of no news was good news. And then a couple follow-up questions kind of, tipped his hand, if you will, with future rate hikes and future softening really not going to be part of the equation. All right. However, he didn't say either way. He just did not just put his foot down and say definitively this is what's going to happen. And he really wasn't in a position to do so. He's just reacting to the numbers as we all are, and we all expected. Stemming from the last meeting, the last rate hike. Okay. Inflation is out of control, all right? And it is just a seesaw effect. You start adding basis points to the equation with the interest rates, and then you're going to start seeing, the tipping of the curve. But it's not just a simple formula. It's going to take time, and you don't want to do anything suddenly. Just like you don't want to drop your whole bag suddenly. It's not what I'm going to be doing. I talked to a couple of people close to me and really got into their perspective when it comes to how we're going to be managing volatile assets moving forward. Not financial advice. Please do your own research, obviously, with all things financial, as we all have different strategies and situations when it comes to money. But just, my personal thoughts and analysis is what this video is about. And I just wanted to let you guys know that certain things may be, it may be more in your best interest to exit those positions, exit those trades, depending on certain, swings or whatnot, different TA kind of things. But it all depends what you have too. Some of the projects that we're in, the blue blood projects that are strong projects that aren't going to go anywhere in 10 years. This is not something where you want to be emotional and just say, okay, I just forgot all about Cardano. I just forgot all about Bitcoin. Those projects are going to die because of Jerome Powell. That's not the approach we need to take with some of that, okay? And this is why you can't be an emotional investor. You have to take a step back, and you kind of have to take everything at face value, because a month from now, I guarantee you we're going to be having this same conversation with a possible rate hike. However, it's probably going to be less than 75 basis points, as Jerome Powell indicated. He just didn't put his stamp and seal of approval on it and sign it on a dotted line right then and there on the podium today. So that is what's most important. We really didn't have any news out of the ordinary. And if he would have just stood up there, ate his pie and lied to everybody on national television and said, we're going to have a 75 basis point rate hike, and put a smile on and just said everything's going to be okay and we'll be back here in a month and we're going to have another hike. No new, and he just basically stood up there and ate crow. We'd all be laughing right now like nothing ever happened, and the markets would probably be going up. So it's very important that nothing fundamental is going on right now other than the stuff that we knew about for a month. So that's just where I'm at on that. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts, and just kind of wanted to share with you this evening on how I feel about this all. And please stay tuned for more updates and more videos. We'll have some content tomorrow, but I'm just going to take the night off and let this all digest a little further, and we will see you all on the next one.